When you think of global military powers, which countries come to mind? The United States, China, Russia, right? But what if I told you there's a quiet giant that's been steadily and very significantly beefing up its capabilities? A nation once defined by its post-war pacifism is now re-emerging as a major military force. We're talking about Japan and its Self-Defense Forces, or JSDF. Today, we're diving deep into the story of how and why Japan is undergoing one of the most significant military transformations of the 21st century. For over 70 years, Japan's security has been guided by Article 9 of its constitution, drafted after World War II. This famous peace clause renounces war as a sovereign right and prohibits the maintenance of land, sea, and air forces. So, how does a country with such a constitution end up with one of the world's most advanced and well-funded militaries? That's the paradox we're exploring. The JSDF was established in 1954, not as an army, navy, and air force, but as a strictly defensive force meant only to protect the Japanese homeland. For decades, this was the status quo. Japan focused on economic growth, becoming an industrial powerhouse, all while relying on its security alliance with the United States. But the world has changed, and so has the neighborhood Japan lives in. The geopolitical landscape of East Asia is a lot more complicated now. You have the rapid modernization of China's military, an unpredictable North Korea with nuclear ambitions, and a more assertive Russia. These factors have forced a major rethink in Tokyo. The debate is no longer just about defense. It's about deterrence. How do you prevent a conflict from happening in the first place? For Japan, the answer has been a dramatic shift in policy and spending. Let's talk about the money. In late 2022, Japan announced a historic national security strategy. The plan to double its defense budget to 2% of its GDP by 2027. To put that in perspective, this move will give Japan the third largest military budget in the world, right after the United States and China. This isn't just a small increase, it's a monumental commitment that signals a fundamental change in Japan's approach to its own security. It's a clear message to the world. Japan is taking its defense seriously. So, where's all this money going? It's not just about buying more of the same equipment. Japan is investing in game-changing capabilities. A key part of this new strategy is acquiring counter-strike capabilities. This means long-range missiles, like the American Tomahawk cruise missiles, that can hit potential enemy bases and missile launch sites. This is a huge deal. For decades, the JSDF's reach was intentionally limited. The idea of Japan possessing offensive strike weapons was unthinkable. Now, it's official policy. The logic is that if an adversary knows Japan can strike back, they'll be less likely to attack in the first place. It's about changing the strategic calculus for any potential aggressor. Let's break down the three branches of the JSDF first. The Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force, or JMSDF. This is arguably one of the most capable navies on the planet. They operate highly advanced destroyers, including the Kongo and Maya-class ships equipped with the Aegis combat system, which provides incredible air and missile defense. But the biggest headline grabber has been the conversion of their Izuma-class helicopter destroyers into full-blown light aircraft carriers capable of operating F-35B stealth fighters. Yes, you heard that right. For the first time since World War II, Japan will have aircraft carriers. This drastically extends the range and power of its maritime forces, allowing them to project power far from Japanese shores. Then there's the Japan Air Self-Defense Force, or JASDF. And we can't forget the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force, or JGSDF. While Japan is an island nation, its ground forces are critical for defending its territory, especially the remote southwestern islands. The JGSDF is becoming more mobile, more networked, and more lethal. They're reinvesting in new wheeled armored vehicles for rapid deployment and upgrading their Type 10 main battle tanks, which are some of the most technologically advanced tanks in the world. They're also establishing new amphibious units similar to the U.S. Marines, specifically trained to retake and defend islands. This is a direct response to concerns about potential conflicts in the East China Sea. Beyond the hardware, there's a revolution happening in other domains. Japan is heavily investing in space, cyber, and electromagnetic warfare. The modern battlefield isn't just on land, at sea, or in the air. It's also in cyberspace and in orbit. Japan is launching its own GPS satellites to reduce reliance on the American system and is building robust cybersecurity units to defend critical infrastructure. They understand that winning a future conflict means controlling the flow of information and denying it to the enemy. Another key aspect of this buildup is deepening the alliance with the United States. The U.S.-Japan alliance has been the cornerstone of regional security for decades, but the relationship is evolving. It's becoming a more equal partnership. Japanese and American forces are training together more closely than ever before, integrating their command structures and jointly developing new defense technologies. This interoperability is crucial. It means that in a crisis, the two forces can fight together seamlessly, creating a more formidable, combined deterrent. Japan is also building a network of security partnerships with other like-minded countries. It's a key member of the Quad, alongside the US, Australia, and India. It's also strengthening defense ties with countries like the United Kingdom, France, the Philippines, and Vietnam. This strategy, often called collective self-defense, is about creating a web of alliances to maintain a free and open Indo-Pacific. By working with partners, Japan can share the security burden and create a united front against any single power trying to dominate the region. Of course, this transformation isn't without its challenges and controversies. Within Japan, there are still strong pacifist sentiments and debates about whether this military buildup goes against the spirit of the Constitution. Some worry it could provoke neighbors and lead to a regional arms race. It's a delicate balancing act for the Japanese government, reassuring its public while sending a strong message of deterrence to the outside world. But the direction of travel seems clear. The quiet defensive posture of the past is being replaced by a more proactive, capable, and assertive stance. The Japan's self-defense forces are no longer just for self-defense in the strictest sense. They are becoming a full-spectrum military force designed to actively shape the security environment and deter aggression far from Japan's shores. The sleeping giant of East Asia is well and truly awake. The rise of Japan's military power will be one of the most important stories to watch in the coming years, with profound implications for the balance of power not just in Asia, but across the globe. What do you think about this major shift in Japanese policy? Is it a necessary step for stability, or a risky move in a tense region? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this interesting, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into global affairs. See you next time.